Claw. This is E-Man Booze. And I'm tickled to pink tonight because we got a spirit here that you ain't gonna believe this one. And what it is it's Copper Fox Distillery's Rye Whiskey. Now here's the story behind it. The owner of the company, Rick Wiseman, who started Copper Fox around 2004, 2005 or so, he apprenticed at the Bowmore Distillery in Scotland for 6 months. He honed his skills, learned how to make great scotch, but he had some other ideas. So when he came back to the States, he used some of the ideas he had about how to make whiskey and became successful at doing it. And his spirits are highly regarded, and they've been reviewed, and they won awards. So what he's doing is real cutting edge. You see, first thing he does is he sources his barley from a local grower, and only he uses that barley, but he floor malts it. He puts the grains on the floor, wets them down, lets them sprout and does all that, but instead of drying them with peat like they do with scotch, he does it over fire with apple wood and cherry wood, and he dries out the malt that way, and then he grinds it all up, of course, makes a mash and distills it. But what's also neat is when he's aging the whiskey, and he uses used bourbon barrels, but when he's aging the whiskey, he puts in some sachets of oak chips, some charred oak chips, and also some applewood chips, and it accelerates the aging process. So what he does in like 14 months, it says here, age on the label, it takes people like years to do overseas. So he's doing something cutting edge here, and I can't wait to get into it. So let's talk about it a little bit. First of all, let's look at it. It's beautiful. It's nice and clear. Beautiful copper color. Just like the copper, the metallic copper around the label, which is also very neat. So it's gorgeous to look at, and it's not chill filtered. So he's not stripping out all the fatty acids and the esters and some of the proteins that a lot of the other distillers are doing. He don't care if it gets a little hazy if you were to drop an ice cube in here. He could care less. What he wants to do is preserve the flavor of the whiskey. So that's a good thing there. Alright, so we got the color. Let's nose it up here and see what we're smelling. Ooh, you get a lot of smoke. That's the first thing that hits you. But there's a natural sweetness and a fruit sweetness here. It's from the grain. It's definitely from the grain. It's got some honey tones, some high spice notes like clove, maybe cinnamon, a little bit of like a dark cherry note. It's just wonderful, but it's very strong on the smoke. So if you're a fan of like smoked scotches, you know, from the island of Isla, something like Lagavulin or Cow Isla, you will definitely get into this here. Well, it's wonderful. The nose is wonderful. I could see me taking some of this and using it in a marinade under a big pork shoulder and letting it sit in there for overnight before I put it on the smoker. I think that would be killer, and I'm gonna do it this summer too. Let's take a taste of it and see what we think. Nice and warm, not overly hot. The smoke hits you right off the bat. Then the rye kicks in, all the classic rye tones. You get some of the vanilla from the oak. You get some nutty tones, something like maybe even like an almond note. You get some fruit tones, which are beautiful. I'm getting like that cherry tone that I was telling you about before. But it's incredible because it's so different. It's not just like a smoky, peaty Scotch. It ain't like it kind of is, but it isn't. It's its own thing. It's got flavors and aromas that are unique to its own. And I can't believe that he can get this kind of smokiness into the spirit in such a short amount of time. Let's take another sniff here, rather. I'm getting something like Asian pear on the note. This is beautiful wafting off here. Behind the smoke now. The sweetness is right there. The balance is phenomenal. This is uniquely American made, inspired by old world Scotch techniques, and this is fabulous. So if you get a chance to get down to Sperryville, Virginia, look these guys up, check them out. I can't wait to try their whiskey. They got a Scotch whiskey too, and a couple other products. I think they make a gin. I'm gonna get that too, and this is phenomenal. So I highly recommend it. Very unique spirit. I'm E-Man Booze. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Check my Distillery of the Month column out on mainstreetdistilleries.com, and keep drinking. Bye, you all.